Lorraine, Kevin Barry coming back to you on Drytech proofing. Sorry, now I thought I'd look at it on the weekend, but events overtook me. All right, so this is the fresh look. So a couple of things that have come to mind. So the bank neatly there is where it should be. This charitable donation though, these are in kind of the bank account area, which as I look in here, so between the chart of accounts is just arranged wrong. So the look there, so COVID testing definitely in the wrong place. Just see what you were doing there with that charity thing. Tax payment. This is a bank account that you put money in to meet the taxman GoFundMe. Okay, so just need to know more about that, but I'm feeling that's in the wrong location. Okay, so with staff gifts, these aren't bank accounts. That would be expenses, VAT. So I'll do is really, I'll point out what probably needs to be fixed. That's paying the VAT man. So that would generally go into, go there anyway, wherever it ended up there. Okay, so that's the first thing, just to arrange assets, like equipment assets, the assets like cash and money owed to you. Receivable, UK and Irish, all right. Stock looks all right. Here, when you've got standard against a particular rate, everything it puts in there is going to claim the VAT rate on, and the danger is there wouldn't be VAT on something. So I generally don't do that unless there's no VAT to be applied, like on drawings. These ones that you don't need, like goodwill and intangible, I would nearly make them inactive, just get them out of your way. Okay. Get rid of one of them there. Intangibles, get rid of him as well. That's like you have a brand or something. Okay, you can always bring it back. It's not deleted or anything, it's just out of your way. And deposit funds is fine. Money owed suppliers. Okay, so this payroll here is, I'd say it's the payments either for the taxes. Yeah, this is everyone's wages. So these, I think you mentioned your payroll wasn't integrated. So in the profit and loss account, which is here, I'd say the profit looks too big. Yeah, 558. Just because I've just landed on this. But there's very little wage expenses in here. Those are going into the wrong area. Now we could just reclassify them into here. So these guys, their wages are showing up there. And also another thing that's worth doing is when you have different people like that, it's just easier to if they put them into their own place. So Simona Herbage, take her as an example. Okay, the VAT rate you applied is correct there. Set these type of people up with their own account, be no harm. So you see there at the top, we put under wage expenses. And it's just rearranging so the account means something. Otherwise, the accountant for this company, tax code, will charge you too much and sort that out. So what I'm really saying is a bit of reprogramming, having it gone into the right place. So this is back in the last year. I'll just go with that closing date thing. Okay, allow me move it. So I'm not sure what year end you're dealing with, but up here under accountant settings, warn me that this is before your closing date. So I'm just going to come to something here to advance, I think. So your year end was 30th of June 2020. Now, maybe you haven't done the accounts for that year yet. So I wouldn't close the books yet if it's tidy up. You know, what you do is you just click here and unclick that. It allows us to make changes back there without just kind of saying, oh, you changed it, you changed it, you changed it. All right. So that's one of the items there. I just have a look at the VAT. So certainly your chart of accounts, the information in there is in there. It just needs to be put in the right place. It's just put in the right place. It's not put in where it should be. Just see how far back this goes. I can't remember if I asked you, was it a new company or not? Okay, let me just go all. So it's only going back to May 2020. Oh, that's the end. Yeah, so is this the first year? But if it is, if you've no starting situation to sort out. Drytech waterproofing. Okay, just check your balance sheet. Balance sheet is like a photograph of what you own and owe at a particular date. Let's go last year, last financial year. Now we're going to click here to connect it. See what's there. Okay, so it's a new company, great. Other items that need to go in, the shares the owners have need to go in here. This long-term debt is the money they put in. So May 2020, this 128, if that money put in by the owners or the directors, we just see, does it tell me? Yeah, it doesn't actually say. So just the opening position, if this is a brand new company, the opening position to match wherever the previous set of accounts had. Just gonna look online fast, Drytech roofing. Yeah, so I see here it was set up in 2018, I think. So 19 and 20, so there's 2 years. So whatever previous set of accounts they had done by their accountant would need just to have the opening positions put in. So I see there 113,000. It's a very round number. So these are probably taken from the previous set of accounts. Now, that's what was owed to this business on the 31st of May. It's actually in the wrong position here. So you'd need to just have the previous set of accounts list down. If one journal goes in of what was owed and owing by this company. Start the year 31 May 2020, and then you can bring it up to date. Okay, so the start position needs to be maintained. So where was the last time you had accounts signed off? You need to go back and get that balance sheet, put in those figures, and everything else should continue from there. I'll just have a look at your VAT. So often there's too much rates here. Yeah. So these guys I know are selling stuff all around the place. It's highly likely that you don't need all these rates. Okay, so just have a look down and see which ones we need. Let's check and make sure the rates are right. Yeah, so this one here, purchase for resale from the EU where a VAT charge applies to the reduced rate. So if they're buying in fuels, they're selling, then maybe that does apply with these lads. Services, are you buying architectural professional fees from within the EU that they don't charge you VAT and you have to apply for it on the VAT return? So if you're not doing any of that stuff, just to make it inactive, you know, that's all you need to do there. Let's see, have you made any inactive? Okay. Okay, I'm not sure the relevance of this COVID VAT rate. The story is with this, like before the 1st of March, whenever they reduced the rate down to 21%, that standard rate down here automatically moved down to 21%. It looked after it for you. Okay, I'm not that gone on entering in your own VAT rates simply because they may not feed through to the VAT return officially now. Sometimes it does, but we've seen loads of times where it hasn't. So anyway, done now. Just gonna see on this version where, how can you make them inactive? It's not jumping up at me. Maybe it's because of my permission, it's not allowing me edit them. Okay, so that could be that. Anyway, there's a load of those. I'd say you don't need it all, so just get rid of them out of the way. As regards, if you want us to fix it up for you, I mean, we'll give you a list of information and we'll get it off you. And for that, I'll just show you, give you an idea of what we'd charge. Okay, that pricing thing, just see what should be here, QuickBooks anyway. Okay, there's a good bit, you know, we could offer you, I'd say. Okay, so if you just want us to do the setup, what I'd recommend you do, right, is I would, we like to have the subscriptions transferred to us. So we pay your subscription, we get it cheaper, and then we'll provide you with behind the scenes consultancy as well. So there's a good few people in this company, is there? It's just the more people there is, that obviously brings on the transactions. So let's say there's at least 6. Actually, I could have a. Yeah, that's 6 anyway, plus the owners. So, okay, so at least 6, but no more than 10. I'll talk to you again about Receipt Bank. That would make a fantastic difference to you. I'll just hold out on that one for a minute. So if you put the subscriptions onto it, it's cheaper. And the 90-minute online, once we've set up, then I'd recommend you do with me 90 minutes online support. Okay, and that would be, I don't think you need anything else. 850, which is €600 to fix the whole QuickBooks side of things, and 250 for your training. Okay, so with VAT, 1,045. The monthly programming, but we support you on this. So we pay your QuickBooks subscription, so you're saving on that, and we provide you with support for a modest fee of like 30 quid a month. Okay, that's the best value option for you. Keeps us closer to you. We monitor behind the scenes anyway, and we'll step in and mind you. Now, I prefer you had an additional program with it, and it's roughly around that price as well. Okay. Just to give you a couple of other options, there is the monthly support. If you didn't want us to take over your subscriptions, okay, if it's just standalone, we didn't do that. This just do it goes up to 1,200 or more actually, 1,450 is it? Oh no, 1,200, yeah. And the training is still there. The reason that is we want the monthly stuff. We want to see be closer to the action, keep an eye on it, and better for our business the more monthly stuff we have coming in. So that's why we do a good deal on that. But if it's just do it and go away, 1,200 plus VAT. Or if you kind of want to do it all yourself, but you just want us in the background, if you'll use what I just told you there as a hint, and you feel you don't need the training, but you want to do support. If you want support done within a day, This is only if you don't do the subscriptions, 99 quid a month. And some people go for that, you know, or you want to say, like the answer within 3 days, a bit cheaper, 79 a month. Okay. Or within 5 days. But Germany will be back well before that. Yeah, that is 49 a month. Okay. So within 5 days might do you. So, but I would recommend the first one. All right. Simply because we've companies similar to you that have the same scene going. So that wouldn't come into it. QuickBooks Online without Receipt Bank. Receipt Bank is now called Dext, and it's a great way to hoover in all your bills to make sure you claim a VAT. I'll talk about that separately, but the online training and the setup with subscriptions. Receipt Bank, I'll give you a hint on that, sorry. So that's really the quote I'm saying, 850 plus VAT and 58 quid a month. But I'd be aiming to talk you into trying out this thing. Your bills about, I'd say you're 50 to 100 new users. Now an extra 38 euros a month, but it catches all the bills that are emailed to you, that are sent to you in the post, or are, what's the last one? Or that you have to download from a website. So it's ways of getting all those, and it takes it down. We program it to go into the accounts, and it attaches to all those bills in your QuickBooks. Okay, so when you click into any bill, it can be a wages one. Let's say it's a telephone one. When you click into the bill, I'll just try and find one that's on staff gift, see what's in there. It's only a payment actually. I'll just go edit here anyway. It would have a PDF of the actual bill there, so you don't have to have files up on the wall. So I'll just put a PDF in there. Okay, so if ever you need to look at the bill, it's sitting here waiting for you. And you can compare, so you're not clicking around the place, you know, it's just something else I put in to illustrate the point. So the other thing I'd say too, Lorraine, is I'm not seeing too many bills in here. There's a lot of allocating of the bank account. In your bill there. But really all the bills should go in with the VAT or even without the VAT on them. And then the money going out to the bank account pays them. So these are great now. There's a good few payments there coming out of the bank. They're just going straight into somewhere and the bill is with them. So I'll just click on this one out of the blue. None more. Just scroll down. Yeah, that's great now. So let's click and see what's here. Yeah, so that's something from them to you for management services. So, but the bill is right there, and that's exactly the way you want it. Okay. So with Receipt Bank, we'd have these people email different service. It programs all this item here, yearly invoice, standard R, all that. It puts it all in. Okay. That's it. A few other improvements you could do. Make life easier for yourself. I'd definitely advocate connecting the bank. The bank send over, doesn't go into your bank account or anything. The bank send over details of lodgements and payments out, and it attempts to match them to the bills. So you still have to reconcile it every week or day or month, whatever suits you. But the bank have the information, they're waiting for you. And just click it into your accounts here. See last time. Yeah, so the 28th of February, you reconcile that. And it would put some of these in and it would match, like to that one there, it would look for the sales invoice and match that payment against it. So I see you reconciling it here. That's the most important thing. Okay, some thoughts there for you. So have a chat with your bosses, see what you want to do, come back to us, and I can put these quotes in writing easily enough. Okay. All right. Bye for now.